just been in to get vaccines for India. I'm warned that they're going to feel pretty. I'm going to feel pretty rough later on. Here's right in at the back of the Millennium Stadium. We've still got roads running quite close to it. So, 3 vaccines, no antimalarials because I'm only going to be in Mumbai and Goa, which is quite nice. But while I was there, this little nomad travel clinic actually sits above Cotswold Outdoor in Cardiff. So you get to kind of stroll through, and there was a guide there for Mumbai and Goa, interestingly, from Lonely Planet. So I picked that up. And if you've ever read any Lonely Planet guidebooks, it tells you the name of the place and then says, you know, why you should go. And one of the line items was, it's full of interesting characters and gangsters, which I hadn't quite appreciated really. I knew it was going to be full of all sorts of people, but to call out gangsters specifically, go ahead Mary, go on. To call out gangsters specifically I thought was quite interesting. So I'm going to have to keep an eye out on that. She probably thought I was trying to race her to the curb then, just then I realised. Bless her. So anyway, apparently there's a lot of colonial architecture in Mumbai, as well as whatever else that was colonised, I guess. But it looks like it might be quite nice. So, tips so far: avoid the water unless it's bottled, which I kind of knew. Avoid bottled water unless it's sealed, which I kind of knew. But here's the really interesting thing. Apparently just because it's sealed and you hear the crack when you open it doesn't mean that it's actually legit. Because they've taken to putting a small amount of super glue onto the lids to make you think it's sealed. So I've taken some water purification tablets as well, just in case I really need water when I'm out and about. And I don't trust the bottles that the street vendor is selling. Apparently stick a tablet in, 30 minutes, you should be done. Should be safe to drink. Oh, there's the other side of the castle, which is quite pretty too. So, there we go. On the way back out of Cardiff now. I've been in for injections. Typhoid and tetanus, cholera, and got some water purification tablets and even a diarrhea kit. Now the diarrhea kit isn't to give you diarrhea, quite the opposite. So it's got a few different tablets in, like Imodium and what have you, but also has some antibiotics that you can take. So if you think you've got deli belly on the way, and they give you a couple of measures by which you can judge it, then you take these tablets overnight and you should be right as rain. And you've got 3 sets of them, either as a backup or in case you get more than one round. So fingers crossed I don't get it, but if I do, I think I'm well sorted now. But you know, not only were they good for the injections, which cost about 110 quid all in, I think, which is quite good, but the travel advice also was good. So scare stories just to keep you on your toes. So apparently there was one guy who visited India, thought he'd be okay, didn't need any vaccines or anything else, no tablets, and he came back with a parasitic worm in his stomach, which was eating its way through his actual stomach before they found it and killed it. So I don't want one of those, for sure. And I don't even want deli belly when I'm out there. because I was ill recently and it was like the worst illness I've ever had. Just got laid up for a week, stomach on fire. So, I think I'm actually set for India now. I should be good. I don't need anything else for Singapore either, which is coming up. So, oh actually, so I've quite a bit of travel on this year. I've been back and forth to Paris maybe 6 times in the last 3-4 months. Just back from New York, on the way to Mumbai and Goa next weekend for 12 days. That's actually where my client. Then I'm home for 2 weeks. I'm back to Paris for a week. I'm home for a couple of weeks. I'm back to Singapore for a week. I'm home for a couple of weeks and I'm off to Tenerife for a week. So I don't know how many videos I'm going to get, but what I decided I was going to do when I was in New York was actually put some stuff on Instagram. So if you have a look, and you can follow on Instagram if you want to see some pics and stuff. So I've got some up there from New York, various bits and pieces, a couple of short videos and stuff. Like the sunsets in New York, just amazing, immense, absolutely immense. And lucky enough we had access to the roof where we had rented this apartment, this Airbnb apartment. And just wow, really. Sorry, just trying not to get myself killed there. So I thought, I'm not going to be able to video a whole lot of stuff when I'm in India and Singapore, because I won't have my lid, my camera with me. So I thought what I'd do was maybe do a couple of YouTube live videos. I'll record them on the phone and upload them if I can. Don't know how that works. And actually just get some pictures and stuff on Instagram, which also goes to my Facebook page. Come on there, taxi can wait. This guy can go. So yeah, Instagram could be good fun actually. I'd never really used it all that much before, but then I thought, you know, for the sake of saving some pictures and stuff that I can't really put on YouTube. And a lot of the followers, there's like 5,000 or so followers on Facebook, they're kind of used to just the funnies that I kind of find and share on there. But you can find that at facebook.com/battledad. And then a lot of that just kind of flicks over to Twitter as well. Which I use Twitter in one of my businesses, but never really for kind of just messing about, updates and what have you. So I'm looking forward to it actually, it should be good. It's the last speed camera on the way out. So it should be good. Should be some nice trips to do, really. And yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can exchange messages and stuff over there. If you've got any tips actually on, if any of you have been to Mumbai or Goa, or even Singapore, or even Tenerife, if you've got any hints and tips on where's good, then please do let me know. So there's another short little video. We'll try and record little snippets actually and see how that works out. So anyway, see you next time. Ciao.